Hey everybody, this is Guy with Survive. This morning we're going to talk a little bit more about our grinding process, just due to the feedback that we've gotten from our previous videos. I just wanted to answer some questions, talk about how we've developed our process and sort of the methodology and the why behind all of this. So looking in here, I know you guys saw that we had a lot of grinding swarf going on last night. We've got this new wheel in here that is very, very effective for material removal. And I just wanted to talk a bit about that. As most of you know, we got this machine when we were still sharing a space with millet knives. And when this arrived, nobody knew anything about it. I'm completely self-taught, so I think I've come at this from a different angle than a lot of the professionals. And it's led to some pretty cool things, I think. So when this arrived, like I said, we're on iteration number 7 of the grinding wheel. When we first got this machine, we called up the abrasive company, and you know they've had a lot of experience with this. I think they do more with wheel segments than the type of wheel we have, but they thought they had us squared away. And like I said before, this machine arrived, we got the wheel, and it didn't grind. We had to keep production moving, so we figured out how to make each wheel work. You know, you get a wheel and it doesn't work out, it takes 3 to 5 weeks to get the next wheel. So that's not conducive to production. I know people were really hungry for quick progress once we took over, and initially, you know, it looked like we were letting our customers down. There's just a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that we didn't want to just keep doing the same dumb stuff that was causing problems. We had to evaluate all of our processes, everything we're doing, to make sure that we're doing a better job moving forward. And that included a lot of R&D and development here in refining our grinding. So what we did learn, we got by. Progress was really, really slow and tedious with the first couple of wheels, but it highlighted some issues that I see with people using these things. Looking at this big table, people ask, like, why am I only doing this? It's because the grinder is a surface area game, and looking at it, I think we found a circumstance when we were using really high pressure where we were having trouble with the wheel breaking down and not wanting to feed. We figured out how to make it work, but the high pressure forced us to look at different orientations of parts, how many parts we're putting on the table. You know, our objective wasn't to go really fast, it was to do a better job. So looking in here, you see this Blanchard stencil. This was originally developed because the blades wanted to move on the table and we needed a way to hold them still. Because the more pressure you have, the more it wants to throw parts around. Also, this is a few iterations in on our layout, because the higher pressure pointed out some deficiencies in highs and lows in the parts, inconsistent tolerances. So we had to kick this around a few times and burn up a few stencils to figure those things out. And as the grinding has improved with the different wheels, it's only gotten better now that we figured this out. So what we're doing here is, you've got a 20-inch wheel in here on a 36-inch table. And what we're able to do here is, we found that to minimize any, so this head moves. When you're bringing this all into tolerance, they call it tramming it in. So we did a really good job with getting this thing all dialed in so that our table and our wheel are parallel. But over time, things move around a little bit. So looking at that, we knew that we didn't want to load parts the whole way through the table, because that's a huge area to hold less than 1,000. And I think that's where a lot of people run into dimensional tolerance issues, is you're putting parts all over the daggone table, and if that thing's not trammed in perfectly, you're going to have thinner or thicker parts on either side of the table. So what we've done here is created pretty much a continuous surface area in a very narrow band of the table, so that we're feeding through the middle of the wheel. So our parts are coming in more or less perpendicular and exiting perpendicular, so that if this is out a skosh, it's not affecting any of the parts on this table. So we're able to hold a sub 1,000 tolerance very consistently on all of our parts. We can hold much tighter than that if we need to. And the grinding uniformity is really good. All the parts look the same. We're to the point where this isn't really necessary, but it kind of foolproofs the process. If somebody comes over here and you know, how many parts of this are we putting on here? We know because we've got this stencil. So everything is laid out in a really uniform way. All of our grind lines are the same side to side. Everything is very, very consistent. Now, looking at our latest wheel, this is what we've been working toward. Some of the earlier stuff, we weren't able to do this, but now that we're here, this is our new standard. We're always trying to do better, like we say. So this is our hogging wheel. When you're looking at this, it's a 60 grit wheel. We're grinding these parts down to size because they're going to be coated. This is a fine enough finish that this all mass with coating or a lot of other processes. I just don't like the crosshatch pattern on our tumble blades. We're trying to go for a cleaner surface finish. I think it's more aesthetically pleasing on a stone wash finish. It shows off good workmanship. So that's where we're working. If you look at the 4.7s, 5.1s and things, the last of these 12s and 10s, all of these are going to benefit from all of these process developments that we've done along the way. You've seen probably the stone wash video in our Instagram. You can see there's no grind lines on the flats of these blades. So what we're doing here right now is walking parts down. Like I said, these are going to come down to size because they're all getting Cerakoted. It's a very, very good finish, but we just want to go that little bit extra for our stone wash. So what we're going to do is walk down a bunch of parts and then come back through here and then just dust each side off and get that excellent finish. Yeah, so I guess that's about it. I just wanted to do a longer follow-up video. These don't fit in like a 60-second segment. You can look at some of our other YouTube shorts or the Instagram shorts and stuff like that to see us grinding. This wheel has been amazing. We grind with very low pressure, which results in very uniform surface finishes. I know I say very a lot. But this is awesome. So we finally arrived here at iteration number 7, and then we have a new number 8 wheel coming for a fine grinding wheel, just to have a really low pressure final finish. It's just for dusting. We're not trying to do a lot of stock removal, so we just want an excellent finish with extremely low pressure. So you guys will probably see that next week. It should be shipping out this week. So yeah, there you go. If you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments section below, and I will do my best to answer those questions. I'm a little hesitant to give away wheel compositions and things. One, it's something we spent a lot of time and money developing, but also the wheel composition and harnesses and things change depending on your circumstance. If you have a smaller grinder, you're loading parts differently, you change your surface area. So your feeds and speeds, the type of wheel you're gonna need change. But I will say we work with Jowitt Rodgers for all of our single piece wheels here. They are an excellent company to work with. They're very, very responsive to feedback, and they just want to do the best job they can for you. Yeah, so I guess that's it for now. I hope you guys found this video to be informative. If you did, I guess give us a thumbs up. If you didn't, sorry, we'll try to do better next time. Anyway, talk to you again soon.